welcome to episode 138 of Movies and Us. I'm Marcus.
I'm DJ.
And this is the movie review show that reviews genre movies from the beginning sometimes. We're doing episode 138 of Movies and Us, and we're reviewing the 2017 release of Spider-Man Homecoming. I don't think I said that yet, right?
Nope.
Okay. This movie, like I said, was released 2017, July 7th, United States. I was like, Chinese theater. Why would it release overseas first? Oh, that's a place in Hollywood, I think, right? Yeah, it's Hollywood. Runtime is 133 minutes. That's 2 hours and 17-ish minutes, right? 2 hours and 13 minutes.
Yeah.
2 hours. An hour, 60, 120. Yeah, okay, yeah, math.
13.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know how you get a 7 from a 3, but okay.
Well, because I was watching the movie, and I could sworn the time stamp said 2 hours 17, like 2 hours 17. So I was just going off the memory. I was even trying to math it out. I'm stupid.
Maybe you watch an extended version or something.
No, I didn't. Thank God. I just checked. This 2 hours 13. This movie was directed by John Watts, screenplay by.
Wow.
Yeah, that's why the movie was kind of a movie. Jonathan Goldstein, John Francis Daly. It's too many Johns. John Watts, Christopher Ford, Chris McKinnon, and Eric Sommers.
I think it's McKenna.
McKinnon, probably. Yeah, McKenna. Yeah, McKenna. Produced.
I didn't read anything behind the scenes about the 17 scriptwriters.
Probably just because.
Oh, you know what? I know why.
Because it ties in with the universe, I guess.
Nah, I'll explain it when we get to the behind the scenes.
Okay. Do we do story by? Okay. Produced by Kevin Feige and Amy Pascal, starring a slew of people. We have Tom Holland as Spider-Man, Michael Keaton as the Vulture, Jon Favreau as Happy Hogan.
How's Jon Favreau and the next one? Go ahead, say the next
Gwyneth Paltrow as Pepper Potts.
Yeah, above Robert Downey Jr.
I was trying to think of screen time, but he had more.
Yeah.
At least Happy Hogan had more time, so it makes sense, but not Gwyneth.
Shouldn't he be but shouldn't he at least be third on the list?
Yeah, because he had a bigger part in general.
Yeah.
Too. Like, he's like, I don't know. I'm trying to think. Maybe he didn't want to distract from the Tom Holland starring, I guess, and shit like that. I don't know.
Wikipedia is edited by idiots, so.
That too, but like, hold on, what's the IMDb say? He is third on the list, you're right. So yeah.
Yeah, okay. I figured.
Yep. Zendaya as Michelle, MJ. There had to be controversy about that, right?
Oh, yeah.
MJ's not black. How dare Donald Glover as Aaron Davis. Jacob Batalon as Ned.
Yep.
Batalon. Laura Harrier as Liz. Tony Revolori as Flash. That kid, okay. Bokeem Woodbine as Harem Schultz. Tyne? Tina? Tyne?
Oh.
Tyne Daly?
Yeah, I guess it would be Tyne.
Okay. As Anne Marie.
Or Teen.
Coke? Teen? Tyne.
Probably Tyne now.
Yeah, because that sounds like a name. Marissa Tomei as Marie. Aunt May. Robert Downey Jr. as Tony Stark.
Oh, that's why they put him last.
Yeah, which I figured if they're going to put him top billing, I'll put him like somewhere near the bottom.
No, usually it's when, I've said this before, like they give that special credit for the last person.
Yeah, but he wasn't even that special. Like, I guess he like had a cameo, but he was actually in the movie.
I know.
Also starring Carrie Condon as Chris Evans.
Yeah, Carrie Condon is the computer voice.
Oh, she's Friday. Okay, and Steve Rogers. See, like Steve Rogers, that makes sense because he's barely in the movie, but he's in it.
Yeah, that's why he's in the additional.
Yeah, true. Roger Garcelle Buvais. As the guy's wife. Jennifer Lynn Connelly. Is she in this? As Karen. Wait, there's two voices? Oh, Karen for Friday is Tony's. Okay. Hemke Madeira, whatever that he plays. Oh, the bodega owner.
Yeah, the bodega owner.
Gary Weeks portrays Damage Control Agent Foster. Logan Marshall Green, Jackson Bryce. Michael Chernus as Phineas Mason. Michael Mando as Mac Garden. What happened to him? I missed that part in the movie. Like, how did he get up in the face?
Yeah, I didn't remember him either.
Okay, so it wasn't just me.
Yeah, when he showed up at the end of the movie, I was like, who are you?
Like, is that scene I missed? Or like, was he just like a masked villain or something?
I don't know.
Okay. Thank you. I was like, are you a character in the comics too? I was about to like, who is he, DJ?
Yeah, I had no idea who he was.
Okay, cool. Okay. Christopher Barry as Randy Vale. Kenneth Chow? Who did he play? Jim Morati.
No, he previously played Jim Morati.
Oh, he's the principal, looks like. Descendant. That's okay. It doesn't have to be somebody, guys. Hanna-Barbera as the coach, Martin Starr as teacher,
Apparently,
Salinas.
Martin Starr was in the Incredible Hulk and was also an unnamed teacher in that.
Yeah, he's got like a running character arc, I guess, in the movie, in
I
the
guess
MCU, which is pretty cool. Selena's Leva as Miss Warren, Tundi, some fake name as Miss Cobble,
it could be
Adabimpi.
tuned.
Oh, Tun.
It could be tuned.
Is it a male or female? Male. Tundi. Tuned.
It could be tuned or Tunde.
Tunde.
Tunde Adembi and Adembimp.
No, there's a P in there. Adem Memp.
Adembimpe.
Mempe. That's a teacher, I guess. God, teacher, what you have to do all the names, huh? Peter's classmates: Isabella Armara as Sally, George.
You skipped John Pat.
Nope. Oh, okay. That guy. George Lendenborg Jr.
I actually think that's Jorge, but okay.
Oh shit, you're right. I'd be the worst teacher. George, it's Jorge, clearly, sir. Oh, my bad. Jose, Tota. I always spent the first half hour of class just ramping on people's names. Tota. It's a great name. Jose Tota as Seymour. Abraham Atta as Abraham. Tiffany Espenzen as Cindy. And Gory Rice.
Sounds right.
Okay, as Betty Brant. Michael Barbaria as Charles. See, I was watching the movie. I was happy there were so many colored people in the movie. And I'm getting to this part. It's like, man, I got to read their names, huh? Some bullshit. Michael, yeah, is that. Ethan Dizon as Tiny. Okay, I was like, Teeny? Okay. Martha Kelly as tour guide. Zach Cherry as Vendor, Spider-Man. Okay. Kirk Thatcher as a cameo, as a punk. Who is he? Health producer, film director, internet video director. Okay, cool. And his role, And Stanley, of course, has a cameo. TJ. That's a lot. Like, I guess I was so happy seeing so many brown kids in the school. Like, yeah, that's what New York schools look like. Wow. This movie had a budget of $175 million and it made $880 million. That's a lot of money, guys. And I say this every time we're in this box office. With $880 million, it doesn't make the top 5. Isn't that crazy, TJ?
I mean, it was the first 7 times you told me.
I know, it still blows my mind. Like, how did 4 movies make $1 billion? That's insane. So the top 10, I guess.
Wait till 2020 where all the movie theaters are freaking out because we can't make movies anymore.
Right? We only made $1 million. What's going on?
Yeah. I don't know. We can't afford after billions and billions and billions.
Streaming is going to kill. No, it's crazy. The theaters survive pandemic and streaming services. Theaters are going to be fine, guys. Hollywood's going to be okay. That's insane thinking about that. So number 10 was Wonder Woman, $822 million. Thor Ragnarok's coming up with number 9 with $853 million. Guardians of the Galaxy 2 at number 8 with $863 million. Wolf Warrior 2 at number 7 with $870 million. Spider-Man Homecoming at number 6 with $880 million. Jumanji, Welcome to the Jungle with $960 million at number 5. Despicable Me 3 at $1 billion at number 4. The Fate of the Furious, $1.23 billion at number 3. At number 2, Beauty and the Beast with $1.26 billion. And with $1.3 billion at number 1 is Star Wars Episode, I was going to count this, 5, 6, 7, 8. Episode 8, The Last Jedi. Okay. Which, you know what? That's not bad for Spider-Man Homecoming.
Huh?
That's not bad, Spider-Man Homecoming making number 6. That's not bad at all.
No, but I mean, you also have to figure it's a Spider-Man reboot and he's coming into the MCU. And
yeah, but usually reboots / origins, not even this is an origin, but I guess retellings, especially of superheroes, usually don't land in the top 10.
Yeah, but
like Doctor Strange didn't, I don't think, right?
People were excited that Spider-Man was coming to the MCU, and Spider-Man is Marvel's Batman. I mean, yeah, it's Marvel's Batman. It's the most popular character, so
true.
That's why it's always going to make money regardless.
And I guess word of mouth helped, and seeing how well he was received in Endgame, Civil War. That's what it was. I guess it makes sense. But like Wonder Woman's debut, she barely made the top 10. So like that's just weird to me.
But this country is sexist. So.
I guess because the movie wasn't. I didn't like it, but it wasn't bad.
The movie was fine.
Yeah, so it's like, and this movie was fine, so it's like weird. Maybe because there was a DCEU and there's like a dreary look to it, and this Spider-Man.
Yeah, I mean, I started acting that Wonder Woman and kill it.
Oh yeah, for sure.
So that's why and when Word of Mouth came out about that, it killed its momentum.
Yeah, that's fair, and it doesn't really tie into the MC or DCEU. Right. Whereas this does, so it makes sense.
This movie is in continuity for a whole universe. Yeah. So
how Tony Stark's really into it, so you really have to kind of see the movie. Oh, you don't. I didn't see it when it came out, and so I didn't really have an issue not staying in the loop. But I guess people thought that when they saw it.
It stands alone enough.
Oh, for sure, for sure, for sure. That's that's the box office. Let's go to you, TJ, for some behind the scenes.
Well, the big behind the scenes thing is that
Mary Jane's black.
No, why it has so many scriptwriters?
Oh, yeah, why?
Because Marvel and Sony had to come to a deal.
Oh, that's duh.
Yeah.
Duh. I know Sony tried to Sony this thing up, and Marvel's like, no.
Yeah.
They're not gonna make this
yeah, exactly. So they came to a deal, but then it broke down the deal. But then they managed to come to another deal because they were Sony was like they wanted Marvel to make Spider-Man films for them.
Yes.
But then Sony got hacked or something.
Yes.
And some emails came out which made negotiations break down.
Mm-hmm.
And then so Sony was just going to make its own Spider-Man film trilogy, but then they reconstituted the deal where Sony gets full distribution rights, I believe it is.
I think so, because their name was all over the front, so yeah.
Yeah, I think hold on, let me see if I can find the exact deal.
No matter what, I'm so glad no side was too stubborn.
Yeah, they got like a 5% of the
wow.
Sony got 5% of the, I think it's the box office.
That's it.
But they also have full distribution rights, which means they get all the streaming and DVD and all that stuff.
That's it. I feel they kind of shot themselves in the foot, I guess, right? Because what's the streaming on? Disney, right? That's Marvel.
No, Spider-Man can. I mean, it might be on Disney now, but they can go to any streaming site at once.
I guess, but I feel like it's hard to get to. Like legal speaking wise, to try and get this movie of the big 5 or 4 streaming services, I've only saw this was on Disney Plus, I think.
Well, that's because Disney Plus right now currently holds the rights, and once that contract expires, it can go to anywhere it wants to.
Yeah, it's a long time though. I think
whereas any MCU movie is always going to be on Disney Plus.
But like, you think they would have fought more for the box office? Like 5% for a thing you own is not much.
Because the box office money, sure, they made $1 billion, and that's a lot of money.
800 million.
Right, $800 million. That's a lot of money, sure.
880 million. Sorry,
but it's only a lot of money for the 3 months it's in theaters. Now,
sure.
So now, and in perpetuity, Sony gets all the profits for that movie.
I get that, but like, I think especially like for someone who doesn't have a streaming service of their own, like if Sony had their own streaming service, sure, I would have fought really hard for that. But because those deals come and go all the time, so I think I would have fought more for the box office percentage. No. And like, still, I want some say in the streaming services, but if it goes to Disney Plus, if it exists at the time, I'll take 50 of it.
Because they negotiated the price for the streaming services on Disney, and they got maybe like $350 million or something for it. Yeah. And then when that contract runs out, they go to another streaming service saying, give me another 350. And then when that one runs out, give me another 350. And over time, they're going to make more money off of the streaming service than they would have off the box office.
I would say yes if this movie was like
from a long-term business perspective, it's a good move. It's a good move.
I'd probably agree. I just think I would do that if a movie for a movie that like stood up by itself. But since this is part of the whole thing, I don't think I would. I don't know.
And I always heard anyway that you never want to take a percentage of a movie anyway. You would always want straight cash, as well if from an actor's standpoint.
Yeah, true.
So because who knows, Marvel and Sony could have been like, tax deductions. This movie made no money.
Oh, for sure, true.
So I think the streaming services and the DVD sales and all that was a smarter play. Also, Sony.
Well, again, who's buying DVDs right now? They're so hard to find. I think I would agree with more so if they had their own streaming service. That's all. Like, hey, it's Sony streaming service.
DVDs were still a big thing in 2017.
True. But I think they should have seen it being opting out eventually.
I mean, sure, but
I'm not saying it's a terrible deal. I just think I would have gotten. I think they should have tried hard.
Nah, I think just for the streaming rights alone,
it
was worth it. They also got final say on everything, Sony.
Ooh, okay.
So from a creative standpoint,
that's not bad. For the movie turning out as well as it did, it's not bad.
So Sony let Marvel pretty much do what they wanted.
That's not bad. It's smart. Again, smart on their part.
So they just needed to sign off on everything, essentially.
That's good.
But that was the big thing I actually didn't see anything about controversy about MJ being black.
Now, do you think it's because she
But I
wasn't?
do remember some backlash when it came out.
There's always backlash.
But
Do you think it's because she wasn't the main love interest, like the main forefront? Like, hey,
well,
I'm MJ,
no,
guys. Isn't that weird? I'm black now.
no, because people were, I think, were more upset that Aunt May was young, because that's a big thing.
Okay, weird.
Like, because in the comics,
Oh,
and
did that come out when Civil War though? Right, that first backlash came out.
No,
Really?
she wasn't in Civil War. Was she?
She was. Yeah.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. No, she wasn't.
When he picked up when Tony came to meet Tom Holland, he was sitting on the couch with Aunt May. He's like,
Well, whatever.
Really
it's
attractive.
in this. It's
aunt.
in this. It's in this Wikipedia.
Okay.
So
Wikipedia's edited by morons.
I don't know. It's in this, but that's the big thing. That was a big thing there. J.K. Simmons expressed interest in returning as J. Jonah Jameson, but he's not in this one.
Yeah, I was waiting for him to pop up.
So there's that.
I was kind of upset about that.
There's a few changes from the comics, but nothing substantial. They just wanted to make it more modern. So that's why Flash was
A DJ,
a
brown kid,
smarmy rich kid instead of a jock.
They made him brown too.
Yeah, I didn't notice.
Oh, that's the first thing I noticed. Like, oh wow, they actually made brown kids go to school in New York.
You know what? Now that I think about it, does he have a single white friend?
No, it was like a few white girls at a party, but no, it was great. I was like, this is nice.
Yeah, because his love interest is black.
The Mary Jane's black.
Oh wow, they went
yeah,
full inclusionary on this one, huh?
I loved it. It was phenomenal. The villains were all mixed colors. There were the only villain that died on screen really was the white guy. Like this is pretty sweet, guys.
And Michael Keaton's married to a black woman.
I
didn't even notice it.
Oh no, it was right in my face. Like this is very progressive, and I liked it because they weren't like saying things about like, oh, your dad's white. Nothing. It's like, oh, your dad's
that's
the vulture. Oh shit! Like
that's why I didn't notice it.
Yeah. It was done well. It wasn't like inclusion to be thrown in your face. Like, oh, they're just in New York City where brown people exist.
Yeah, I just realized he doesn't have a single white friend.
Nope. Yeah. Cool, right? And does he kiss on screen too? Because I don't think I've seen him kiss.
Who kisses on screen?
Did he do the famous? He did do a Spider-Man kiss, but did he kiss anybody on screen? Tom Holland, like whatever he kisses on this?
No.
Yeah, so that's another thing. I was like, oh, this movie's avoiding and doing a lot of things I was not expecting.
There was a moment where there was like, you have a chance to kiss her, and then they played it up for comedy.
Yep, and there's never really a moment where like the female is just in distress either. Besides that moment, but the whole group was in distress, not just her. So I was like, fine. So this movie hit a lot of good bullet points.
Yeah,
it's a very well-made, progressive movie. I was like, wow, this is good.
Okay,
but yeah, the movie's shockingly competent. I was like, wow, this is in the shot. The actors, the kid actors, the high school actors weren't terrible. I felt like they were actually kids. Like this is good. They didn't feel like 30-year-olds playing 10-year-olds or 50-year-olds, however old they are. Yeah. Any other behind the scenes shit, TJ?
Yeah, the movie has a 92% on Rotten Tomatoes.
That's high.
Yeah, people really like it.
Don't know why. It's pretty terrible.
You just hooped a bunch of praise on it.
I gotta keep the streak up that I hate Spider-Man. Okay.
It won a few awards.
Of course it did. What did this win? Best movie ever? I'm kidding. What did it win? Wait, hold on. Are there any NMTV Kids Choice Awards shit on this?
Yeah.
No, there's no kiss. Hottest actor.
It won 3 Teen Choice Awards.
Okay.
For Choice Summer Movie. Choice Summer Movie Actor, Tom Holland. Choice Summer Movie Actress, Zendaya. Which surprised me because she's not in it that much.
No, but she's the hot new rising star at the time. Yeah, but she was not in it much at all, you're right.
She's not even the main
love interest.
Yeah, no, the other girl was the main love interest. Yeah. Like, I mean, I guess because she's MJ, but you don't even find that out until the last 3 minutes of the movie.
Well, she was also in the show Euphoria. I don't know when that show came out compared to this.
I don't know what that is.
It's HBO high school show. Very raunchy, but shockingly good the first season. So people know her from that. So I guess the kids are going. Oh, she was also in Disney too, I think.
Oh, that's probably. It did also win a Kids' Choice Award for Favorite Movie Actress, Zendaya.
Okay.
And it won a Saturn Award for Best Performance by a Young Actor in a Film, Tom Holland.
That's not terrible.
But that's it.
I'm trying to find the show she was on. I'm seeing a lot of names of things I've never heard of. So.
And then I just apparently they're going to be doing another Spider-Man trilogy. So that's news to me. As far back in 2021, Sony and Marvel revealed they're making another 3 movies about them. If you didn't see the last movie, but if you saw the last movie, it ends on a cliffhanger, so makes sense.
I don't hate Spider-Man. I was just indifferent to Spider-Man. And I knew I wouldn't hate this one. I don't think I'm going to hate the second one. I just know I'm going to hate the third one. That's all. That's where my hatred's mostly focused to, is the third one.
You never even saw it.
I know. I said I'm going to hate it.
Good.
I knew I'd be indifferent to the first two, if not indifferent, if not liking them. But the third one saw the advertising for it. Like, there's no way I'm going to enjoy that piece of shit movie.
It's a good movie.
No, I guarantee you it's not good. It's probably fan service bullshit.
Your irrational hatred of fan service is ridiculous.
It's rational because I hate lazy. Because it just seems like lazy corporate fan service. Like, even this movie had some fan service shit, like, not fan service shit. It had a lot of callbacks to the other trilogies.
Fan service if it's tropes and staples of the series.
There's a difference. This one's okay. This one didn't have fan, but the other one we'll talk about when we get to it. But this one had like or like the point where they referenced Ferris Bueller's Day Off. I was cool with it until they like showed you the clip of the Ferris Bueller. Like, you don't have to show me it. I know what you're doing. Don't put it in my face. You know what? This.
That's probably who I confused John Watts with, the guy who made Ferris Bueller.
Oh, passed away. Was John something Hughes.
John Hughes. I think I confused them with John Hughes.
That's fair.
Because it felt very John Hughes.
I can see that. I could definitely see it. So maybe that, yeah, I can see that.
In fact, was it this movie that I got that feeling from?
It's more than a feeling.
I don't know if it was this movie.
Or the second one?
There was something recently that felt like The Breakfast Club.
That we saw?
Yeah, or at least that I saw.
Oh, because I didn't see anything with like
and
that. Not Batman, Harley Quinn. Wonder Woman, no.
Oh, I know what it was.
Oh, what was it?
It was one of the trailers that I just watched on this DVD.
Well, that's a good segue. Let's go to trailers then. Oh, you have any more behind the scenes shit?
No.
Let's see the trailers then, I guess.
Well, speaking of that, it's the first time I ever saw the trailer for Jumanji: Welcome to the Jungle.
Oh, okay.
And the first 5 minutes of it was like they had 4 kids in detention.
Yeah.
And that's like, when I was watching it, I was like, is this Breakfast Club remake?
Oh.
That's where I got the Breakfast Club remake.
Gotcha. How'd you feel about the trailer? Did it sell you on watching the movie or no?
No.
No? Any reason why?
It just looks like a bland comedy ripoff of Jumanji.
I can see that.
It's like, oh, now they're in a video game. And then, like, the most obvious jokes where, like, Jack Black's actually a girl. A girl, yeah. I mean, it's like...
Kevin Hart's the big rock now? No, he's not the rock.
No.
The athlete's Kevin Hart now. He's tiny. I'm tiny and loud.
Yeah. And then there's the big rock guy. And then the kind of frumpy girl's the hot girl. It's like...
The usuals,
It's the most obvious kind of, like... Oh, look at this.
Well, I'll give you this. I saw the movie and it's shockingly not terrible. It's more competent than you would expect. Like, oh, it's not awful.
I got a trailer for Dark Tower.
Oh, okay. Thoughts? Opinions? Garbage, he says.
Just looking at the trailer, it's garbage.
Wow, that's a hot take, I think. I
didn't even need to see the movie. They didn't follow the book at all.
Oh, yeah, you got your own twist on it, TJ. You get good source material and the rights to it. You do your own twist on the good source material.
No one has ever done that properly. Put their own twist and made something good.
Have you seen,
No.
Star Wars. Star Wars did that.
Did they?
I mean, they don't take anything directly from something, but they take inspiration from, like, Flash Gordon.
No, that's not what I'm talking about.
Indiana Jones is a love letter to that kind of shit. TJ, come on.
That's not the same thing.
Yes, it is.
No, it's not.
Who's taking the source material and did a good twist on it? Can I tell you?
Yeah, can't name one.
Like in a non-parody way. Like I think Spaceballs is a good parody, but can't say like if for your argument. Yeah, I don't know
because it hasn't been done.
Dark Knight did a good twist on the Dark Knight series. Oh, the Justice League. I know we're about to watch that. It's a good twist on everything.
What? Oh, it's not possible.
It's possible.
Because if you have a good thing, right, which means the
Fight
writer,
Club. Fight Club.
Never saw it.
Take the book. Twisted the ending. It's like, we make it better. The author agrees the ending's better than his, or if not a good second ending. Jurassic Park, probably. I haven't read the book, but I'm pretty sure Jurassic Park has a good...
I'm sure there are exceptions that prove the rule, but it's few and far between.
I think it's more common than you think, TJ.
No, I don't think.
I think he's just a cynical old man.
It just took you 17 hours to find one.
Even then, I don't believe my argument. It's okay, TJ, it's hard to do better than the person did before you.
Yeah, well... That's why you shouldn't try and do your own twist on an already proven formula. You can only take the only way. It's very rare that someone can take a proven formula and make it good because it's already good, which means you can only make it shit.
So, like, what's that movie? Return to Oz, pretty bad, right?
No, because that's a sequel.
Shut up.
That's not a thing.
Shut up. So, anyways.
Yeah, only the brave. Only the brave.
Only the brave.
Yeah.
Okay. What's it about? Because I don't think I've heard of that.
People fighting forest fires.
Okay.
An overly dramatic, very,
Well, you don't think fighting forest fires is pretty dramatic, TJ?
No, it is. I'm just saying, that the trailer makes it seem like it is one of those movies that is trying to win an Oscar.
Well, yeah, it should win an Oscar. Those people are heroes.
That's literally a line in the trailer.
Because, of course, it's a line in the trailer. It's not going to be original.
Okay, it's this one. I don't remember what this is called. This is the one I was thinking of. November Criminals.
Oh, never heard of. Oh, I have heard of this. God, I don't remember what it's about though. I think it's bad. I think it's a bad movie.
I couldn't tell you if it's a bad movie, but it looks like it's about this kid gets shot and killed in a store. He works at a store, and the cops blame it on gang violence.
Yeah,
but his friend doesn't believe that, and it's apparently this big conspiracy or something.
Sounds like a convoluted mess, probably.
I don't know. All I know is that the kid that got shot is black. So they blame violence, and his friend's white. He's got to solve all the problems.
I hate those movies.
It didn't look bad from the trailer. It made me wonder what this actually, what the story is, like what the twist is in it. Like I'm kind of thinking it's one of those movies where the kid wasn't actually killed.
I couldn't tell you because
but it wasn't enough of an interest to make me go and find out.
I wonder if it's based on a true story or not. Because I'm looking at the IMDb right now. Like, is it based on anything at all or no? This tells a story of the high school guy's motivation. Now. Anyways, any other trailers?
Yeah, I got a trailer for season 2 of The Goldbergs.
Oh, okay.
I never saw that show, so.
Neither have I.
I never knew it was about the 80s.
Yeah.
So apparently it's about the 80s.
That's why I didn't watch it. It's like, I'm not into retro shit.
It just looks like every other sitcom comedy, honestly.
Yeah. Just the whole thing is
and
retro.
If I'm gonna watch a sitcom comedy, I'm just gonna watch the ones I grew up with. Why would I watch one of the newer ones?
Well, because
they're all the same.
Yeah, but it's fun to watch a modern thing, take out like to reference old stuff and like be in on the joke too. Man, isn't that fun?
Look, if I wanted to watch 80s and early 90s, I just watch Married with Children.
Oh, such a good show.
At least with those older shows, there was a darkness to them.
There's probably a darkness to the Goldbergs. I doubt it.
If you want to even go a little more modern than Married with Children, Malcolm in the Middle.
That is okay. Those two shows are just pinnacle.
So
good shows, man.
Like,
or to go even more modern, you go Modern Family.
I don't think I've seen a single one of those.
Neither did I, but I hear all the hype about it. It's probably good, but like,
and what's the other one? How I Met Your Mother.
Ugh.
What's the other one?
I'm good.
So that was the other more one, even though those shows are probably over.
I think they are. I don't watch them.
I know How I Met Your Mother is over because apparently everyone was upset about the ending.
Yeah, but I don't know about. I think Modern Family's done. I'm pretty sure it's done. With the power of the internet in front of us, we can Google that.
You only Google things when you really are curious.
It is done. Okay, it was done 4 years ago now. By this point,
yeah. I mean, you're always gonna have sitcom comedies because people like that stuff.
It's low budget.
They're low budget, and it's always the same formula. You don't need to be very creative. You tell the same 6 jokes.
Yep, same innuendos, same drama. It's just the same thing, different. Yeah, you just look to skin it differently. Oh, it's an Asian family. It's a black family. It's a white family. Gay couple. This couple adopted. Weird, right, guys? Yeah, just dumb shit.
Is that the one with?
Which one?
The one with Al Bundy.
Yep. Yeah.
Still never saw a single episode of it.
Same. Anything else? Trailers or behind the scene wise?
No, that's it.
Okay, let's talk about this trash movie then. I guess. Oh, we did everything, huh? Awards. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. I'm not gonna lie to you.
Mm-hmm.
This movie is fine.
Mm-hmm.
And that's pretty much the extent of what I have to talk about.
Shocker! Wow, Spider-Man's just an okay movie.
I liked it.
What a surprise!
I liked it. I think it's a good movie. I think it's one of the better Spider-Man movies, honestly. But Spider-Man, he fights the Vulture. I mean,
wow, TJ. Wow, who would have thought TJ would have been like, it's a movie? Because you know what? I agree. It's a good. This is my first viewing of this movie from beginning to end. Yeah, I've seen maybe the only part I've seen is the truck heist and Parker ending up in the warehouse. I've seen that a little bit. But it's my first time sitting through this movie and actually seeing the whole thing from beginning to end.
Oh.
So
there's one really good moment in this movie that really stands out, though.
I'll give my review right now. I thoroughly enjoyed it.
Yeah, it's a good movie.
But I agree with you. It's just a movie. It's a good Spider-Man adventure.
Yeah, it is, and that's the thing, though. It's like there's really nothing to talk about.
Yeah, which I'm cool with because I'm glad it's not an origin story because we don't need that. Don't need it. I mean, it's kind of an origin. It's not the origin, but it's like the beginning is a Spider-Man, I guess. Is it?
It's him in the middle of what's maybe his second year, maybe his first year.
He's segueing to becoming like people were like, "Oh, Spider-Man, you're a Spider-Man dude."
Yeah.
So there's that, but yeah, it's a solid movie. It's good. There's nothing really negative for me to say about this movie. We get through it, but it's good.
No, and the acting's really good.
Yeah. No, it's a really good movie. It's a good, safe outing for Spider-Man.
Yeah.
It's enjoyable.
Safe is the word, because they took some chances and changes on this that people could really have hated and shit on the movie.
Like what? Like the race swapping and gender swapping, or just like casting wise, or are you saying it's just like storytelling wise?
Just in every aspect of it, actually.
Yeah.
Like we have a Spider-Man movie and there's not even one mention of Uncle Ben.
I love it. It's great.
That's what I mean, though.
But I don't think that's a bad thing. Because I think a lot of people are saying at this time. I remember like when it was hey, no Spider-Man. Like, everyone's like, please don't do Uncle Ben again.
Well,
we saw that 2 times in under 10 years. We don't need another Uncle Ben.
When writing this movie and making those decisions, it was a risk to not put those tropes in.
No, I think it's a risk to add those tropes, to add the Uncle Ben.
If you really want, that's what I mean. If you wanted to play it safe, you put those tropes in, because those tropes have proved successful in the past.
No, I would disagree. It's just because, like I said, I think people are so tired of that and tired of seeing the origin. Like my argument was,
you're not looking at it from a business standpoint. You're looking at it from a fan standpoint and a creative standpoint.
That's why
I'm telling you, from a business fan standpoint, this is not a safe movie.
No, I disagree. I think because how do I phrase this? If Sony were to have their way and truly put their final say on a lot of things, they would have had that moment again. I think the director is more of a fanboy, or maybe like, I really like this. I don't want to this up. So he's like, I know fans don't want Uncle Ben mentioned or even seen again or done that shit. No great power, responsibility shit. I think the director and the writer is probably like, we're going to avoid this. I think that Sony people are like, we need this again.
I'm not disagreeing with you on their motivations.
Yeah.
I'm just saying, just to make those choices in general wasn't a safe move. Is what I'm saying. I think it was more of a bold move to stick up for your kind of thing, even if, like you said, if Sony's like, this is what we kind of want you to do, and to say no, where I want to do it this way, that's not a safe stance. By definition, it's not a safe stance.
I disagree with that.
How can you disagree with it? It's such a fact standing up for.
I don't think it's a safe. I don't think it's safe. I don't think it's a safe thing to include. Because even the Amazing Spider-Man movies didn't have that line. They had a version of that line, but I don't think it's a safe thing to include that.
A safe thing is using the same tropes and the same thing over and over again to success.
I think it was safe. I think it was safe not for them to do that.
No, it really wasn't.
I think so.
Because if they would have did a tried and true tested remake with all the same tropes and stuff, yeah, people would have said, yeah, we're tired of this. But I bet you that movie makes $1 billion.
It'll make 600, I think.
No,
because people are tired of it. People are tired of Spider-Man Origin.
No, they say they're tired of.
They're going to see it, of course.
They say that, but look, how much money did Justice League make?
A lot. No, I'm not
exactly.
It made less than this though,
because this was Spider-Man coming back to the MCU.
Exactly. So I think if they would have stuck to the dumbass Uncle Ben, he dies. Peter Parker's a wrestler. If they would have done the Sam Raimi movie, but Tom Holland or some shit, I don't think it would have done good.
I think you're wrong.
I don't think it would have been safe at all.
You're completely wrong, because you are looking at it from a tired fans.
Exactly. And I think the people who are in charge of this were listening to the fans, and I think they're going safe with it. Because I think...
But those people that they're listening to are the hardcore MCU fans. Spider-Man draws in a general audience, which means people who don't follow this stuff closely, which means they would come in and say, "Oh, that's good," and look. I remember that from the other movie, and then
they're not going to be asking, "Where's Uncle Ben?" or "Why didn't they say the line?" I don't think the average people, the hardcore fans, are going to ask that. But I don't think the average audience is like, "Where's Uncle Ben at? Where's the line?" I think the audience is smarter than you expect, and are more tired than as you expect.
No, I think you are overestimating how many people are involved in the lore of this stuff.
Now, we saw 6 writers who made this thing. I would say it's probably 50-50. Like, some of them wanted it, some of them didn't want it. Maybe 60-40, who knows? But I think it's a safer thing to not put the line in. We'll make an
assumption that the studio wanted it at all. Maybe they wanted a whole fresh start too.
Maybe.
But, like, I'm just saying, I'm not saying it was
it was such a meme everywhere about Uncle Ben dying, even before this movie was announced. So that even when this movie was announced, like, oh, we're gonna see Uncle Ben die again, guys. Is like, I think it was safer for them not going that route.
No,
because if you just make such a paint by numbers movie, I think you risk losing money at that point. This movie is so different.
I don't think you do, because that formula has proven tried again, and that it works.
I would agree if it wasn't so close to the Amazing Spider-Man. If this wasn't a third retelling in my generation of Spider-Man.
Here's my thing though. Amazing Spider-Man 2 tried to do different things and failed
under Sony's rule. So Sony is like, you know what? We're not good at this. This is part of the MCU.
So going back to the drawing board and starting off with, all the original tropes again would have been the safer move. I think that's all I'm trying to say.
I know you're trying. I know you're trying to say that. I just don't think it would have been, especially because they kind of already have him established in the C series. Unless they're doing a prequel to that, I just couldn't have seen that being a safe thing.
But you don't think they could have thrown in a flashbacks in there at some point, like how in every Batman movie we have to see the Waynes die?
Yeah, but I think that would have been bad. Because people don't like flashbacks. People like seeing the same thing for the 15th time.
See, your own biases.
I'm not. It's my biases, but also people in the film community are like, the shit's no. They know who wants flashbacks. Yes,
people like flashbacks.
No one likes flashbacks. They're terrible.
If people didn't like flashbacks, they wouldn't use it so often.
Yes, they would.
No, you're wrong. People like flashbacks.
People do not like flashbacks.
Again,
unless it's
wrong.
Truly integral to the fucking story. When you do a flashback when you first open up the movie, you do 2 years earlier, like Civil War. You see him kill the guy, and then you get the story.
These are your preferences coming through.
I think a lot of people don't care for flashbacks.
You're wrong.
I think a good storyteller does not need flashbacks.
I'm not disagreeing with that. I'm not saying it's good rated. I'm saying that an average person likes flashbacks.
I don't think so.
Actually, I think the average person probably doesn't care one way or another if there's a flashback. As long as it's
that I can agree with. I think the average person who's not film literate and just cannot pick up on shit like that doesn't give a either way.
Yeah, it's like, oh, okay, then now we're here.
I think if someone in the know of how movies are made or just like a little bit understanding of shit, I think
But I also think you're underestimating the amount of people that like flashbacks and like lore.
Yeah, who doesn't like lore? Make a movie for that. I don't need flashbacks constantly. I don't think most people are like that.
Some people like the lore and the flashbacks and kind of cutting back and forth to see what happens.
That's terrible. If you like lore, they should make the story start at that point and then fast forward X amount of years, centuries, however long it needs to fucking fast forward. Or make that movie sound like a movie or something like that.
Sometimes it doesn't work story-wise.
It always works story-wise. If you're a competent, well-made, well-director.
No. If you're telling a mystery story,
you don't need flashbacks in it.
And you don't reveal something, and you don't want to reveal something, then you tell it a little later in a flashback.
I've seen a lot of recent movies, or mystery movies, that don't use flashbacks. They'll start the thing at the crime or whatever, the mystery, and the mystery happens, and they'll just solve it through there. But I've seen so many movies that are like, oh, you don't need flashbacks. These people get it. We'll just mention the thing. People will be like, oh, that did happen. The person describes what happened, and that's it. I don't need to see it from unless you're doing it from like 5 or 10, 20 different angles to see like different perspectives of that incident. So like one person had a reality to it, and then another person had the reality.
I'm not talking about
what?
I'm not talking about a flashback of the like incident. I'm talking about like to explain.
Memento is a movie about flashbacks. It works in that movie because that's the whole point of the damn movie.
I know.
The guy has a memory thing that makes him go back and forth in time, whatever. But it makes sense in the movie. Like if this movie has some random flashbacks,
all my point is that flashbacks are
terrible, are awful,
aren't hated.
If Aunt May in this movie gave Peter a hug, is like, remember that one time Uncle Ben said this thing, and they flash back to that moment. Oh, it would have been terrible. It would have been so cheesy, hacky, and awful.
You wouldn't have wrote it that way. You write the hug, and then it just show Peter thinking, and then it goes back.
You don't need that.
I'm not saying
you can cut that out and be fine because flashbacks are so.
I'm not
awful.
saying you need it. I'm not saying you need it at all. But I'm just saying it would have been the safer route to go.
Oh, that's how we got this. Like, how did we get here? Having a flashback safe. I don't know my original argument, but I think it's bad. I think it could be safe.
No, I'm not saying having flashback are safe. I'm saying putting the tropes that work from the original movies would have been safer.
And I disagree.
And the fact that they didn't do it, it shows that they took a chance. And I'm just saying this move, the creators and the writers didn't go the safe route here.
I think
I'm giving them credit, whereas you're kind of discouraging them here and saying, oh, they just took the safe route. This movie.
I think the safe route is this. I think if they would have stuck to the damn blueprint of Spider-Man's origin, I think that would have been just like a...
What? How is that the safer route? That would have failed miserably.
That's what I'm saying. That's why I'm saying this is the safe route because this was not going to fail. They would have to do a lot of butchering of Spider-Man to make this fail. Whereas you do the same story again for the third time in 20 years, that's a safe route that would have failed.
We're having a different argument.
I don't think we are.
Yeah, yes, you are. Because you're looking at it, you're arguing it from a fan standpoint.
No, I'm not. Even if I was sitting on the board, I'd be like, if we tell Uncle Ben dying again.
No, because have you ever seen how boards work?
Yeah, because the old out-of-touch white people. I get that. They would have
been like, we need Uncle Ben dead again, and we need you to do the same things that have always worked so we can make more money. That's how it would work.
Yes. But also, I think it's probably got it like, we got this hot new young director. He's got a take on it.
As
long as he doesn't go too off the wall crazy with it, which he didn't.
When you say stuff like that, it just says, "Oh, you're taking a chance." That means it's not safe.
I just don't think so. I think this.
You're completely ignoring the definition of the word.
No, I'm not. I think them taking a risk, quote unquote risk. I don't think this is a risk. I think them not doing the Blueprint origin, which I guess you could say is safe. This is the safe way of doing this outing of Spider-Man. I think this is the safe way. I think it's because it's confident. I think because it makes so much sense to do it this way. That's safe.
Just because it makes sense to do it that way doesn't mean it's safe. It means it's the right way to do it.
Exactly.
That doesn't mean it's safe.
Yes, it does.
No, it doesn't. Safe is the circumstances around it.
We're not going to agree on this.
No, we're not, because you're wrong.
I'm not wrong.
You are.
No, I truly think Sony was not even in the know. They were like I said, there was the hack. They were like, oh shit, there was the hack. And you're going on supposition.
What? And you're going on supposition.
What do you mean? What do you mean?
I'm pretty sure Sony did this. Your arguments are based on things that you think you know.
Oh no, not that I know. I'm just making assumptions. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
I don't know. I'm just guessing. They had a hack. They're afraid. So they should go the safe route, right? Like your quote-unquote safe route. But then they're thinking, that probably the original hack, they probably had the safe route.
I'm saying going with the things that proved to be successful in the past.
Fan service. This movie is good fan. It's like, hey, we got a popular villain. It ain't the f***ing Goblin again. There's no mention of Harry Osborn. There's no mention.
It's the Vulture is the popular.
There's no mention of Harry Osborn or the Osborns at all in this f***ing movie. It's phenomenal. This movie is great. No, I'm saying more like this movie is amazing.
Which proves that it wasn't safe.
They took the Spider-Man bingo card and f***ing shat on it and threw it away. Which
is not a safe thing to do.
I think it is.
No, you're wrong.
I think it is. Because the last movie series, the last Spider-Man series, tried it in a weird, different way and butchered it. And they're like, that didn't work.
Yeah. So what do you do when you try to go outside of the line?
They didn't go try it. They tried staying in those lines. They're like, okay, Uncle Ben.
No, they did not.
Yeah, they kept the Uncle Ben shit in there, kept the Osborn shit, they kept Mary Jane, Gwen Stacy.
They turned the parents into spies and they changed it.
Because they went they kept the same shit, but went too weird with the same shit. Where this one's like, we're not going to touch the same shit. We're going to stay in this comic book universe. We're going to mention the Avengers. We're going to have Spider-Man villain and keep it weird, keep it normal, like progressive.
You're just wrong.
Nah.
We'll end the argument on that. But you're wrong.
We agreed to disagree. We just agreed to disagree. That's all.
We agreed to disagree and that you're wrong.
You're wrong. I just think this is the safer way of making the movie. I'm just saying that. That's all.
It's not.
I think sticking to the dumb blueprint would have been catastrophic for the movie.
It's the more successful way.
This or your way?
No, this is definitely the more successful way to go about the movie. Sure.
Yes.
That doesn't mean it was the safer way.
I think it was safer.
If it would have failed, it would have been safer to stay within the lines and use the same tropes.
I don't think so.
You're wrong. You just don't know what the word safe means.
I know exactly what it means. Sticking to your pattern. Like, I have a routine.
Yeah.
I know what I like. I'm going to stick to it. Because if I deviate from it too much, some shit might happen. I might get hit by a bus by not going off on the side.
Exactly.
I know what safe means.
Exactly.
And I think this is safe.
But you're apparently not applying it correctly because you are not applying it correctly to this.
I think I am. I think if Amazing Spider-Man was like either successful or didn't exist, they would have stuck to the safe route for this movie.
Amazing Spider-Man was successful.
Was it? They make a third one. It was critically panned, I believe.
The second one, well,
they were okay movies. They weren't great, but they were okay.
And they were in the process of making a third one. And then the MCU came out, and they were like, Marvel kind of made a deal with them, and they're like, well, that's probably going to be more successful for us.
Yeah, I don't know. How do we start this conversation? Was I reviewing the movie yet? No.
We kind of skipped over that, but part of it.
Yeah.
It went right into our
opinions on it. That's right.
Yes.
Yeah, because I said this movie's safe and good and okay. Yeah. Anyway, so the whole main thing to this is, so we start the movie with all the Vulture and his team. He's not the Vulture yet. He's a cleanup crew for Tony Stark and all the people because Tony Stark and Avengers destroyed shit.
Like, I don't mean to harp and go back onto the argument here.
I don't care.
But I'm going to.
Yeah.
Even choosing a Vulture wasn't safe.
I think it's fine. I don't think it's bad at all.
Because they chose a great actor and they did go good with it. But if you ever read the original story with the Vulture in it,
he's detached from Octopus. He's detached from Goblin. He's detached from the ones we've already seen before. I think that's fine. He's a good B tier, C tier villain. Great.
But that's what I mean. Point. Who's like, no one's clamoring to see the Vulture.
That's safe. So, exactly. You can't.
That's safe.
Are you kidding me? If you take the Vulture and you ruin him, who the cares? You take Harry Osborn again for the third time in a row, you ruin him. You just ruin the Goblin again, guys. Don't do that. You take Dr. Ock, you ruin him.
Again, you don't know what the word is.
Yes, I do. The safe thing is picking someone who's recognizable.
The Green Goblin was successful, and that's why it would have been safe to choose him again.
He was successful in the first one. In the second series, it was a garbage. It was awful.
It wasn't in the second series.
Yes, he was Green Goblin. Yes, he was. No, remember when Gwen Stacy died? Who?
That was Hobgoblin.
Who put in their tower?
That was Hobgoblin.
A Goblin who's part of the family because they had a whole dumb thing.
It wasn't
they were
Norman
trying to remove
Osborn.
themselves from that movie so much. They made this movie.
It wasn't Norman Osborn.
It was. They tried to remove themselves from that series because it was like they lost piss poor decisions in the second one.
I'm just saying they didn't use him. They didn't use it.
Now you're just playing semantics. It was a Goblin on Goblin fighter. He had a Goblin pumpkin thrown at people.
Choosing a villain nobody knows is a safer thing.
I knew who the Vulture was.
You know superheroes, but not an average person's not going to know who the Vulture is.
Great, yes, let's use that villain. Exactly.
That's not a safe choice. You pick someone that people know. That's the safe choice, to pick someone that you know. They got a villain
who people didn't care about or know.
It's always a risk to pick something you don't know.
It's not a risk. The risk would have been if they didn't have an actor who didn't want to know. But they got Michael Keaton, who was Batman and Birdman. Are you living in
an alternate reality or something right now?
I don't know. I know what you're talking about. I don't understand. Like, the risk is here.
I don't understand what you're talking about because there is no way that you...
I love that we're arguing this. Okay. So, picking the Vulture is safe. It's not safe. Oh, yeah. Picture the Vulture is safe because it's a character no one gives a shit about. They kill him, keep him alive, no one cares.
That's the definition.
And also, he's part of the Sinister Six, right?
That doesn't drive interest into the movie. That's
it's
just a no-name thing.
I think it does.
No, it doesn't.
You know why?
How does it drive interest?
They got a mid-tier villain no one cares about, but they got a great actor for it who used to be Batman and Birdman. Great. That's marketing right there, guys.
That's the only reason why it drove interest.
Exactly.
But if they would have cast anybody else, and it would have been like, who gives a shit? It's the Vulture.
Nope.
That's why it's a risk.
Because even if they got like an okay actor with it, which I think they would have been bad, but if they got some actor, keep the Vulture alive. Sinister Six people.
Let's go back to the behind the scenes real quick.
Yeah.
So they always wanted like a Keaton, but he had scheduling conflicts.
Yeah.
So they were going to replace him with John Leguizamo. What's his name? Luigi from Mario.
John Leguizamo. You got me up now. Leguizamo.
Leguizamo, yeah. So he was going to be his Vulture for a little bit.
That would have been something.
And then when Michael Keaton got back in the role, but then something happened, and then Mark Hamill said he would take over if Michael Keaton didn't.
Yeah, but they got those are names.
So that's the behind the scenes on that little.
Yeah, they got an okay villain, but a better actor. People face a name we recognize. I don't know about Leguizamo, but at least Hamill, and they got that guy in it. Holy shit, he's the bad guy.
Yeah,
he's alive at the end. They might have a sequel with this guy later. Awesome.
But the fact that they just chose the Vulture in general,
I don't think that's a bad choice.
Oh my god!
I think that's a better choice.
And we're not arguing bad choice. We're ordering safe choice.
Yeah, I think that's a safe choice. I think it's the best choice to pick someone else. That's not. We haven't seen.
No.
Because this movie's not
if
trying.
If they would have chose Venom, that would have been a safe choice.
What? You're crazy.
How's that crazy? People love Venom.
On the first outing, you better know.
I'm just saying it would have been a safer choice.
Not at all. You pick a character who wasn't on screen yet, and you pick a character who has not been butchered before or had too much interest in. You build up to the bigger characters. You build up to goblins, the Venoms, the Carnages.
That is right in 101. That is not safe.
That's very safe.
No, it's not. No one does
especially,
that.
Especially because
this
movie's not trying to exhaust the audience in Spider-Man. They're trying to reinvigorate. Like, hey man, Spider-Man's cool, guys.
I understand.
Let's bring it back in. Hey, remember you see this villain? You have not seen this villain before. We're gonna do it this way.
Which was a risk.
I don't think that's a risk. Maybe it is, but I don't see it as a risk.
You just hate these creators. That's all.
What?
You just hate these creators, apparently.
These creators?
Yeah.
What do you mean?
You're shitting on their creativity by saying that they played it safe.
you, TJ. Don't say that.
That's what you're saying.
I mean, sure, if that's the case, then yeah, they're lazy, bad writers who played it safe and made a successful
That's
movie.
essentially what you're saying.
No, not at all. Because the fact that this series, now I'm like being meta about it. The next one has M.C.U. That is not safe. That's fan servicey safe, but not safe. And they did well with it, from what I've heard.
How is Mysterio not safe and Vulture is?
I said it's fan servicey safe, not safe.
And why is it fan servicey safe?
Because everyone's been asking for Mysterio for forever, live action.
Because he's the only one that hasn't been done yet.
And it has the Vulture.
No one gives a shit about the Vulture. No one was clamoring to see the Vulture.
I've always wanted to see him.
But
I want to see Kraven the Hunter. And that's going to be a bad movie when they make it. If I want to see Kraven the Hunter, I want to see the Vulture. I want to see a good lizard.
You are a strange person.
I know. I like weird shit in my movies, and the Spider-Man has weird fucking villains. Let's see them. I'm tired of the goblins.
I'm not disagreeing with you. I'm just saying you're not the common audience.
I know, and that's why I'll say that's why I think the third one I'm gonna hate the most, because they went from cool villain Vulture to Mysterio, then to remember these guys. And I was like, fuck me, I don't want to watch these guys again. Oh, Electro and Dr. Rock and Goblin.
That's a good movie.
Don't you remember these fucking guys? Yeah, I do. Let's do something different, guys.
They did do something different.
Sure.
They did something that no one thought would happen.
Make a shit movie. Wow.
No, combine all of the movies essentially into canon, which makes all those movies that we watch not superfluous anymore.
Which is good, I guess.
Exactly.
I mean, X-Men Days of Future Past did it already, so if they just follow that, we're good.
I mean, that was a great movie.
I think I gave it a 6 or 7.
No, you gave it an 8.
That's no, I gave X-Men Days. Oh, maybe I did.
Yes, you did.
I don't know. If you guys want to hear my review on that, our review on that, go listen to the episode. That's episode 99. 99. That's so long ago. Wow. Yeah, Spider-Man.
Did we even start this review yet?
No, I was about to, but you got back to me about safe and shit. So anyways, so at least the first 5 minutes is the Vulture's origin. So the main thing is, like I said, Tony Stark and the Avengers fuck up the city, aliens come in, they do their things. This is a very grounded way of approaching this movie. They have cleanup crews that come in and clean up things now.
Yeah, it expands the lore.
Yeah, I love it. Yeah, they first they use contractors to contract people out, but Tony Stark and the government made a deal. It's called disaster control or damage control, where Tony Stark comes in and cleans up everything. So he makes the mess and cleans it up.
It makes sense that Tony Stark always screws everything up for everybody.
Yep. And of course, people who are contracted and are living people, livelihoods and all that shit, they lose jobs out of it now. Like, what the f? And I like that. Like, okay, cool. We see the ground light level of it, which causes the Vulture, the guy who becomes the Vulture, like, you know what? Let's just steal some shit now. We're going to steal the people's alien technology and make weapons out of it and sell it to people. Become arms dealers, you know? We're Tony Stark Jr., guys. It's great. Like, it makes sense. Cool. That would happen. So that's the whole Vulture's motivation with the movie. That's his whole thing. Was to take alien technology, sell it to arms dealers. Throughout the movie, him and his crew get interrupted by Spider-Man. That's the movie. That's the motivation. And we follow Spider-Man throughout his teenage angst of high school. Homecoming's coming up. He's part of a smart club. They go to DC and do shit like that. He's got love interest, but he's trying to balance, like, how do I tell people I'm Spider-Man or do not that? And I'm trying to get Tony Stark's approval of, like, I'm actually a superhero. So I'm a kid trying to be an adult, you know, shit like that. Good movie. It's really well executed, good tones. Tony Stark comes in once in a while to motivate Spider-Man not to do big boy shit yet. Still, you gotta walk before you kind of run, kind of thing. That happens throughout the first and second act. Third act, big hero fight, big bad guy. They don't kill the bad guy, which is cool.
Would you run out of steam here?
We argued for so long. I just want to do the simple synopsis, and then we get back to nitpicking shit. They don't kill the bad guy.
The second act is not the same thing as the first act. The second act is him losing the suit.
Yeah, we'll get back to it. Yeah. Big bad guy fights bad good guy. Good guy wins, of course. Bad guy goes to jail. Move, happy end. So yeah, the first act he has the nice super suit that Tony Stark gave him, but he tries to, you know, prove himself as a real hero, and he goes on a mission to
at the expense of everything in his personal.
What?
At the expense of everything in his personal life.
What do you mean?
He's trying to prove himself.
Oh, yeah. He puts aside his friendships, his relationships, his family ships. He puts his education on hold, just be like, I gotta be Spider-Man. I gotta be the best I can be to prove to Tony Stark. You know, typical kid stuff, being stupid about it. So everything he touches, he thinks he's saving, just destroys it. I'll save this boat. Ruins it. I'll help my friends in the tower, but I caused their demise because I put the thing in my friend's hand. That's not good. The device that explodes.
David stopping a bank robbery destroys his favorite sandwich.
Yeah. So all the things he tries doing, which is fair, but like at the same time, he can also blame Tony Stark. Like, you should train this kid. If you're gonna give him such a powerful suit as it is, you should kind of train him.
That's also part of the story, though, because he's Tony is his father.
Yeah.
He is his father. So he's doing the only things he knows how to do.
That's true. That's true. You'll figure it out, kid. Here's this thing. Way too powerful for you, but you'll figure it out, kid. He'll break some things on the way. He does. He does. But I just like, do better. But he's a busy man, so I get it. So he leaves him in control of Happy Hogan, who's also got big shit going on. I get it. So yeah. Tony. Peter messes up. Tony comes in, takes seat away from him. He's still got to figure shit out. Those things get seat back, or just seat back. I have nothing to really nitpick about. Argue too much. Like I said beforehand, the casting is great. A lot of color people. A lot of acting is really good. They act their ages. Story's solid. Nothing crazy happens. I like the twist of the Vulture being the girl's dad. I should have saw coming, but didn't see that coming. I was like, oh shit.
That was the best scene in the entire movie. From the moment Peter shows up on his doorstep,
Yep.
The whole car ride over, and that whole conversation between him and Peter in the car, was legitimately kind of tense.
So tense. Like Tom Holland's acting and like his body changing to be like just like, oh, it's great delivery. Michael Keaton was like
being
menacing,
thoroughly threatening.
Yes.
And
like he did like this might be Spider-Man when you first saw him, but just getting the info out of Peter Parker off the car ride, so good.
Yeah, that whole sequence was excellent. It was like probably the best scene in the entire series.
Oh, the Spider-Man series?
All of them, yeah.
The so far or the future ones too?
Probably the future ones too, yeah.
All aside from so far, I agree with so far. I haven't seen the future ones, so I can't agree with that. But yeah, no, it's.
I don't remember much from the Mysterio movie. Yeah, it's like, yeah.
None of us good or bad. Hope that's not not bad.
I remember it's very
flashy,
special effecty.
That's his thing, so that makes sense.
And then the third one I thought was good, but nothing quite lived up to this moment.
No, it's a great moment. Yeah. It's like I know, you know, we know each other's bullshit.
And what makes the dynamic even better is Peter's still just a 15-year-old kid.
I was just gonna say that he's 15. The dad's 15. The dad has a good reason why he's doing the thing.
Yes.
So like they're moving it well of establishing why the dad's doing this thing. He's not just some mustache twisting guy. He's like, no, I'm trying to support my family. I got shafted. I tried to do it my way now.
I also like the Vulture's mindset too. Like even though Spider-Man keeps getting in his way, Peter keeps getting in his way, he recognizes that he saved his daughter, that he saved him, and still kind of treats him like a kid that needs to be protected, even while trying to kill him.
Yes.
So, like, when we get to the end credit scenes where he doesn't divulge his identity because he saved him and stuff like that, that's not something a regular villain would do. It's just like he respects him for what he has done.
It's a great level-headed villain.
Yes.
Just he's only a villain because I'm just stealing to support my family.
He's got morals and honor. So.
Even when he killed the guy, it's like, I'm only killing the guy. First off, he thought the gun was a gravitation gun. Didn't mean to kill him. Second, I killed him because, livelihood all of us here have. We're not trying to get that shit taken from us.
This guy is putting us all at risk.
Yeah, we were low-key for 8 years and we're doing fine. I'm not risking this shit. Like, he's a very well thought out villain.
And, we also we should mention that the Shocker is in this.
Yeah. Shocker. Shocker. What's his wrestling? I love it. No, it's a solid movie.
Yeah.
It's a great outing for this Spider-Man after Civil War. I like you said, I think you said off mic. I don't know if you said on mic. This movie is a little too long. It's 2 hours, 13 minutes. It could have been slightly shorter because some of the scenes were just too long.
Yeah, it dragged a little bit here and there.
Ned, take him or leave him. He's annoying.
He's just the comic relief kind of thing. And he is just created for this movie. So
he's okay.
He's from the comics. It's whatever. Yeah. They made choices and changes that are fine.
Yeah.
There's nothing spectacular about the changes, but they're not insulting or anything.
Yes,
it's
they don't.
Just it's fine.
I kind of wish they would have showed the intelligence of the characters more, like Peter Parker and his friends. But they don't need to harp on it. I wish it was just up a notch.
Well, I think they did, but what's it called?
The DECA thing, yeah.
Yeah, I think they're as smart as they could be for 15-year-old children.
For sure. But this kid, Spider-Man makes his own webbing and shit. I wish it would have showed a little bit more of it. That's all. I don't need much of it. Don't hammer it down my throat. But of the runtime, they mentioned a lot of, we're smart. He's quizzing us, but Yeah,
but at the same time, they're not geniuses. No. They're just advanced in an advanced school, which means they have maybe mildly above average IQs. Doesn't mean they're all super geniuses and they all need to know anything. And as Flash can prove it, it's probably
elective.
No, a private school of some kind, or a tuition school of some kind, so that you can buy your way into it.
I don't think that's the case. I think it was just an average school. They were in the smart kid
No,
class.
it's definitely an advanced school. They mentioned that a couple times.
Do they?
Yeah,
Did not get those vibes at all.
but they did. It's an advanced school for something like that because it's for special kids or something.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
And I think it's something you can buy into because Flash Gordon is not as smart as everybody else.
No, he's not. That's why I thought it was like an average school. He just took the elective and
No. It's definitely an advanced. I don't remember what they called it, but it's definitely one of those schools that smart kids go to.
Okay. You want to talk about Donald Glover? He played the Aaron Davis dude. Over top the guy's name was. He's supposed to be. He's inspired Miles Morales.
Well, no, he's.
Or they wanted him as Miles. They want people. The fans wanted him to be Black Spider-Man.
Well, Aaron Davis, I believe, is Miles Morales' uncle.
Okay, the Prowler.
And yeah, I think so.
Okay,
I'm not very familiar with Miles Morales, to be honest.
Racist.
Yeah, I'm definitely that.
You're gonna hate Spider-Verse.
Yeah, I just so he is his uncle, and they only created the role for Glover, and if he hadn't accepted the role, they were going to scrap the role altogether.
That's fair.
So because of all of that, people want him to be that or whatever.
Yeah. Okay.
So
yeah, I just thought we should mention it because I just saw him. Like, oh, we should probably talk about that.
Yeah, that was in the behind the scenes. I forgot about.
That's fine. But yeah, solid movie overall. I really have no criticisms to this movie.
Neither do I. It's fine.
Yeah, it's just a little empty. A little empty for
I don't have any praises except for that one moment.
Yeah.
But either. No.
That's fair. Yeah, like nothing about this movie sticks out over the top besides that moment. Again, I like the casting because like, oh, brown kids, this is cool. And it avoids the bingo sheet. It's again,
more than just hey, brown kids. They're actually good actors.
Brown kids, good actors, strong female characters. Not strong. There's just not typical girly girls. I don't think anyone stands out.
I mean, Liz is kind of that girly girl.
Which one? Is the one his love interest?
The main love interest.
Yeah, but I think she was empty enough not to have negative things to say about her. She was just there.
Well, I mean, you see, she was just a typical
fair,
attractive girl love interest. I mean, she was smart. She was like leader of the decathlon or whatever.
Yeah,
but there's nothing like
she had a personality.
Yeah,
which is fine not to focus on that because they got rid of her. So like,
yeah, not give she was there. She's literally a fake out.
Yeah.
But whatever.
Do you know what do you think they would call her Mary? Like everyone thought that she was our MJ. Or at least called her MJ until she leaves and the other girl comes in like, no, my friends call me MJ. Like, how do you think that would have been received?
They would have been harped on that being more of a fake out than she already is.
Yeah.
What they should have done is named their Glenn.
The one he liked. The one he liked.
Yeah. The original. Yeah. That would have really drove home how much they really would have drove them all crazy.
I'm glad they didn't, but that'd been funny.
Yeah.
My first time seeing it, I thoroughly enjoyed it.
Coming from the guy who says he hates Spider-Man.
No. I'm tired of Spider-Man. I'm indifferent to Spider-Man. I'm only going to hate the third one.
He's pretty anti-Spider-Man.
I'm anti. I don't get the hype. I get it, but like it's Spider-Man.
Every time Spider-Man comes up, he's always shitting on Spider-Man.
I'm only shitting on episode number 3.
He has nothing to say about Spider-Man.
Number 3 is gonna be terrible. That's all I'm shitting on. Yeah. Let's rate this damn thing. I guess. You go first, TJ.
7.
That's it.
Yeah. It's like I said, competent movie, good movie, but it doesn't stand out very well anyway. So 7.
I'm gonna give this movie an 8.
Fair.
Yeah. my biggest hype for this movie is just it stayed away from all the bingo card shit. And the things it kept, it's just stay to the things that like harp on anything. It's just a solid movie. It's a good story. I liked it. Yeah. It's pretty.
I guess we should, because we did what every other M.C.U. movie. Like,
standalone versus part of.
Yes.
It's a great standalone. I think standalone's an 8. Part of the M.C.U. 6. Because it gives character development to the kid, but like we don't see him again until.
And we didn't do behind the end credit scene.
There's only 1 or 2. 1.
There's 2. Oh, and they did show that Tony and
Pepper. They get married.
They're getting married. I mean, because he was going to introduce.
How to forget that? Yeah.
Spider-Man
to the Avengers
to a big crowd, but Spider-Man's like, nah, I want to stay local, and so they don't have a big announcement, so they decide they're going to get married.
Which is smart. And then Tom Holland gets his Spider-Man outfit back, but Aunt May sees him wearing it. She's like, "Who's that?"
Yeah, I actually forgot about that part. I forgot that she knew.
It makes sense.
Oh yeah, I mean it's easier to when everyone involved in the cast knows.
I think if I was a superhero, I think I would let my people know. I would let people know. Like, yeah, I'm so and so.
I get why they don't.
So do I. Like, I don't harp either way. It's like, yeah, this is who I am. Well, let's say it depends on what level of superhero I am. If I'm a small ground level superhero, I probably won't tell anybody because it's harder to I don't know. I feel like being higher up, like being a celebrity level, like Iron Man level, be easier to stay out the limelight, or at least like have protection, I guess.
I don't know.
Definitely level to it. And the other, like I said earlier, the other end credit scene is Michael Keaton in prison. He gets met with some scarred faced dude.
Yeah, I don't know who that guy is, or if he was in the movie before, or
Probably seeing him at TJ and I both missed or something. I don't know. But he's just the guy's like, I heard you know who Spider-Man is. Tell me so we can kill him. And Michael Keaton's like, if I knew who he was, he'd be dead already. And just walks away. Great character right there. Respect that. Love it. Better villain than Loki. And that's the end.
And then there's another end credit scene.
What is it?
Captain America, man.
Oh, Captain. Yeah, I sat it up. Captain America's like, hey, sometimes end credits aren't great and they're disappointing, but you just gotta live with it. Like, wow, you Cap. I loved it.
And Captain America is throughout the movie too in
videos.
What are they? What are educational videos?
Yes, for gym class and shit.
And there was a very funny line where the gym teacher's like, I'm required by the state to show you these videos, even though I think this guy is a war criminal now.
I love that. Let's talk about that real quick. The war criminal shit. So Civil War happened.
Yes.
I thought it was weird at the beginning of this movie. Tony Stark seems really happy around the kid. He's like, hey, Jokey and Pally and shit. Like, Civil War just happened. I feel like he should be a little bit somber. Yeah, put a mask on in front of the kid and be like, I'm still liking my life. But, like, he just lost his best friend and found out what happened to his parents really. Like, you know, there should be some weight in Tony's performance from that. So I thought it was a little weird. That's one of my only criticisms of this movie.
One, we don't know how long between movies it is.
Fair.
And two,
no, but the beginning, Tom Holland is doing that dumb recording thing.
Yeah, but we don't know how long.
Well, because the recording is.
It does say.
Yeah, it's like right after. He literally just drops him off back at his place. Deuces kid, you're a cool kid, like you. Like, he should be sad and just like in his feels, or not even be there. Like, Happy Hogan should be dropping him off or something. So, like, I thought that was weird.
Two, Tony has always been emotionally closed off.
Not after Civil War, man.
Yeah, I mean, even
like right after Civil War too.
This is exactly what he would do. He'd go into himself and pretend like everything's okay.
I don't know. Like, yeah, but like his friend just got paralyzed. Again, Rhodey got paralyzed.
Yeah, but
Cap is gone. His parents, he saw like, he's the guy that did this to my parents, and like I just lost everyone around me. I lost the accords, and like Civil War was such a heavy movie for Tony. I thought he should have had some kind of like, I'm trying to a bum kid, but you did good.
I mean, you don't want that to come out on the kid.
Definitely not.
So he's probably doing that stuff in the privacy of his own workshop.
Maybe.
And anyway, like, Cap's still around. He's got a phone that says, "You need me." So, I mean, and it's not like they were like...
Just like, my parents died, bro. And like that part of the movie was like...
His parents died a long time ago, so he's kind of already dealt with that death.
No, but but you knew about this the whole time, and didn't tell me that guy did that to my parents. Like, I remember that third act being so heavy for Tony, that's all.
Yeah, and he's processed it now.
I guess.
And this movie isn't about him.
I know, but I'm saying, like, the first 5 minutes of the movie when Peter's doing his all bullshit camera recording thing, Tony seemed to upbeat. That's all.
Well, that was before all that happened.
No, it was after.
No,
it was after so he had time to drop the kid off after the fucking...
Yeah, because...
No, because after I remember
because they were all arrested.
In Civil War.
And so this is right after the airplane.
I thought Tony went right to...
No.
So you're saying he had time to do this shtick?
Yeah, because Tony actually ended up going to the prison and talking to the rest of the Avengers to try to figure out where they were.
Just before that. Okay.
Yeah.
I'll take your word on that, because I don't recall detail, but okay.
Yeah.
I'll take your word on that.
It was before that whole final battle thing.
Okay. I hope so. Feels weird still, but I'll take it. That feels weird. But yeah, that was truly my only criticism for this movie, was that little nitpick. Other than that, this movie stole an 8 out of 10 for me. You gave it a 7 out of 10?
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, TJ?
Why is it my line?
Oh, you adapted it.
Why do I gotta do it?
Yeah. I originally thought we would do it each for the ones we did, but you just took over of it, so like, okay, let's teach you.
I didn't take it over. You just never said it.
I said it a few times.
Whatever. Now that we did it, it's done.
Now that we did it, it's done.